How's it going? How's it growing? Sorry. I'm here today with my friend Jimmy Cohen, Guinness World Record holder for planting the most trees as a single human being. You guys, I've known Jimmy for years. He's done some really incredible work. So very excited to dive into everything today. So yeah, how's it growing?
It's growing well, Rachel. Great to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm stoked we can make this happen. Thank you
I
for doing the
know.
early one. I know you don't normally do the live streams in the morning. Thank you for working with me. I'm really stoked to get into everything. Just repost it on my page. We'll get the word out here. So welcome if you're early tuning in. Make sure you repost the space. It's an impromptu live stream. We got a bunch of alpha to share. So let's
Yeah.
grow.
And I apologize for those who are tuning in. For some reason, my Riverside is like naming this from as a previous live stream with the Singapore country lead of base. So I apologize. I'm just updating that real quick. And yeah, if you're tuning in, just go ahead and hit that retweet button so we can get more folks in here. Give me one sec.
That's nice. I'm gonna do it from
Treegens.
Treegens as well.
And then let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and share this in the Let's Touch Base community. Shout out to the Let's Touch Base community on Telegram. So let's go ahead and get this over to them.
All right. Let's grow.
And shout out to the 19 people who have already hopped in here. What's going on?
Early birds. Welcome.
Or
Welcome.
night owls, depending on where you're tuning in from. And yeah, let us know, in the live stream chat, we can see comments coming through. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know if you have any questions. I really want this stream to be, focused on sharing Jimmy's story, talking about, his work at Treegens. And also, if any of you want to get involved, there's so many opportunities to get involved with Treegens. So we'll get into all of it here today. We won't leave any stone or tree uncovered. So yeah, we'll get started here in a minute. Just going to go ahead and share this in our Telegram community.
Nice. I will do the same in the Treegens Growmunity.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, we got a whole vocabulary that we can.
I need like a thesaurus
try to
or
keep
something.
up sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of them. Okay, we are live. Boom.
My favorite is San Francisco, which I will be going back to. San Francisco. I'm going back tomorrow, man.
Yeah. So Onchain Summit that's not where the film is going to be shown, is it?
It is. Yeah.
It is. Oh, that is the one. Okay, there you go.
So we can talk about that. And you're actually on this image. So Kristen and Pippin, shout out to Kristen and Pippin. I absolutely love those guys. They actually used our image where I was interviewing you, Joshua, everyone was there. And that's become like the main photo for like all the Film 3 DAO things. So it's pretty cool. Let me see if I can find this. Let me see.
Y'all made a really great video. I'm so excited to see the film. Unfortunately, we'll be able to make it in person.
I know, but you came out in person to even do.
But I went there in person.
From like Austria, he freaking flies out, you guys,
literally halfway
to be
across
part
the
of the documentary. That was so cool. And check this out. I just want to show you real quick. You are on the website for Film 3 DAO now. You're right there.
Snap.
Yeah,
Damn.
isn't this cool?
That looks dope. I'm gonna snap a photo with these glasses.
All right.
Okay, sweet. Nice. Nailed it.
Awesome. Yeah. So shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Pippin, the individuals who will be featuring us at the Film 3 Festival. And yeah, the documentary is called On-Chain Humans and Impact. And the reason I thought of that name was I really wanted to showcase how we can make an impact in the space, how we can solve real problems and actually make the world a better place instead of just number go up, right? It's like, what are we actually doing for people, for humans, right? So yeah, On-Chain Humans and Impact. That was yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, a lot of people have no idea about all of the different use cases for Web3 technology. It is literally changing the world, but most people just see a casino. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a use case, but there are so many incredible use cases out there, and I hope we can shine light on more of those impactful use cases as you did through that film. And so for those who can make it IRL, how can we watch this film?
So I believe we'll have it on YouTube. We can watch the trailer. I mean, we can show the trailer real quick on YouTube if you guys want to see it.
Oh, you got the trailer already?
We got the trailer. We got the trailer. Yeah, let me pull this up. On-Chain Humans and impact. And apparently, so I actually have not seen the film yet, you guys. It's I haven't seen it yet. So I'm wondering, maybe I should just watch it for the first time in person and like, you know, have that be a moment, have it be a thing. But apparently Kristen watched it already. She messaged me this morning. She said, "Rachel, I'm putting you on my list for voiceover options. Like your voiceover was incredible." Ooh. I was like, "Really? I didn't even, like I did it so many times to try and like get the ending monologue right." So that
you did
felt
such
good.
a good job, Rachel. You should be really proud of that. You know,
you.
I know you didn't sleep very much like the night before.
No, I did not.
And you
I was
had
on 3
so
hours
many
sleep.
things. I'm sure to get 3 hours. That's next level. But you pulled it off like A1. It felt super professional, like we were in like a movie set and like Hollywood level, you know. And it was
kind of was like the people we had in on that. Like, okay, Marcy Jasper, shout out to Marcy. I'm gonna drop this link for her if she wants to jump in. You guys, Marcy comes in. She, you know, has worked on Titanic. She's worked on 3:10 to Yuma. She's worked on Walk the Line. All of these blockbuster hits, right? Avatar. She comes in to talk about the film side of things, right? Coming from Hollywood, what's broken in the current system. And there's a lot that Web3 and the on-chain space can do as a vehicle to help that industry. So anyway, we're getting into a rabbit hole here, but maybe I'll show the trailer real quick since Jimmy, you know, you are a part of this. And you will
I haven't seen the trailer yet. Yeah,
all right, cool. Let's show the trailer. All right, here we go.
Oh, snap.
Crypto didn't fail. It was branded. Framed as hype, dismissed as corrupt. But behind the noise, something real was being built by humans. It's about ownership, transparency, and global connection. We're here to put the old narratives to the test by talking with media, Hollywood, scientists, and creators that are building on-chain today, making an impact. A story about how powerful narratives get shaped before you ever get a chance to form your own decision. We're not here to convince you. We're here to show you both sides, to trade fear for curiosity, and maybe write a news story, one with you in it.
There it is.
Oh, snap, I'm in the image. Yo, that's a sick trailer. That's a really cool trailer.
Thank you. Yeah, it's actually it's on the Film 3 Festival website. So if you guys have not gotten your tickets, I'm going to do a little giveaway today. I think I have 3 passes to the Film 3 Festival, you guys. If you're watching this and you're going to be at Summit, if you're going to be in San Francisco and you haven't secured your ticket, go ahead and just retweet this stream. Follow Jimmy, follow at Jimmy Cohen and at the Treegens, right? It's at the Treegens.
Yes, okay, that's it. Cool. We are so close to 10K followers. I can taste it. We're like this close. So guys, and by the way, we are dedicating a tree to every single follower for the first 30,469 follows on a couple pages.
Wow.
That was all from the Guinness World Record. That was how many trees I planted in 24 hours. But we're already past that dedication, and now it's like we're hiring some amazing tree planters to go out there and plant trees. Oh, there we are.
Look at this, you guys.
130. 130.
There's 500 people. There's about over 500 people in the Let's Touch Base community. So you guys, if you're from the Let's Touch Base community, let's give a follow to Treegens. Let's follow Jimmy because the tree does get dedicated to your name. So might as well, right? If you like breathing, you know, oxygen, if you like air, like let's support the Treegens, you know? So yeah. So Jimmy, do you want to kind of give a rundown of what the Treegens is, a little bit about your work, your background? I don't know, wherever you want to start, feel free.
Oh, okay. So, all right. The Treegens is a DAO which is launching this Friday. The Tree GE, it's been a long time coming. You know, we've been oh, there we go. The dynamic NFT agents. Yeah, we've been building this for over 2 years. We were voted first place 3 times. So this is the 3rd phase of this pre-sale. We're actually live on 3 different pre-sales, which we can get into as well. But ultimately, the vision here is a world where anyone can plant trees and earn a living, right? And what we're doing is we have this proof of tree protocol where planters film before and after planting. If you go to presale.org, you can see more info here. This is just for the pre. Oh, sorry, treegens.org, not
treegens.org. Okay.
Treegens.org has the visuals there. Yeah. So So we have this award-winning proof of tree
Oh,
protocol.
I love this website. I could
Cool,
sit
right?
on this website all day. I love it.
I know, right? You can so the way that this works is basically anyone will be able to use our proof of tree DApp. You film before and after planting these trees. The AI that we train counts exactly how many trees are planted. And then our DAO, which has a staked governance token, then does some verification. So you take some boxes, make sure that they followed the right planting methodology, and then 95% of the tree tokens that get minted go directly to the planters on the ground, and then 5% go to the verifiers. So there's a lot of utility when you stake our governance token. It's not just more of the same token, but you're also earning these ecological credits, which are backed by blue carbon forwards. This is the future value of carbon credits. We're leveraging those as RWAs, and that's how we can have a long-term sustained value. On-chain testimonials. Let's grow.
Oh, let
So,
me
yeah,
let me put one in here. Can I put an on-chain testimonial in too?
You can. You'd have to click off. This is on Karma Gap, but
Okay.
yeah, on that button there, it leads to our Karma Gap.
The view on
Thank you
chain.
so much,
This is
Rachel.
from
That means a lot.
didn't Griff start this or Jacob Lil? I feel like I saw Jacob Lil and Griff Green like using some sort of tool like this, like the
Karma
on-chain.
Gap. Karma
Yeah, I
Gap
don't
has
know.
been deeply embedded into the grant system, so it makes sense that
Okay.
they would at least use it at Giveth, which
Yeah, because I think Griff shared about it one day, and I think
Right.
this is going way back like a couple years now, but pretty
Okay.
sure I gave like an on-chain compliment or something. I forget, but yeah, it kind of seems something like this.
Yeah. So yeah, Karma Gap is phenomenal. And so anyway, so proof of tree, that's kind of like the main thing that we've built, but we've built so many other different things that we can also get into which support this as well. But before getting into all of that, you mentioned like the backstory, like why are we doing this and how have we, you've been pushing for 2 years to build this out and make this happen. Well, the seed was planted, if you will, back, when I was 4 years old. I planted my first tree. 4 years. I was like, just after you're walking, I was planting.
Wow.
And the reason for that is my mother's an environmentalist. They were illegally cutting down the eucalyptus gum trees. She's also an artist. And this was in my hometown of Avalon, Australia.
Mhm.
And this was leading to different animals going extinct, including koalas and different animals like that. And so what she did is she campaigned. She walked all the way up and down this massive peninsula to try to campaign to make them stop illegally cutting down these trees. And we also planted those eucalyptus gum trees, and that kind of planted seed for the work I'm doing now. But it was really in 2019 when the forest fires engulfed my home country of Australia. You might have seen on the news, like there were about 3 billion animals burnt alive, and this was heartbreaking
So sad.
to watch. Yeah, I was in a pretty dark place watching that, and like broke down. And then I did a live stream, and this is back in the Facebook fundraiser days, and we ended up raising a few $1,000s for this great cause. And I felt this rush of like energy and fulfillment and passion. Like, of course, we didn't change the whole situation, but we did actually do something about it. And just knowing that you can do that, it led to this, very, very motivating and like energizing state that I've just really been leaning into ever since. And that's what's really fueled me to do things like going live for 60 straight hours.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I remember like your Gitcoin radio spaces that were like going for 24 hours. Like, I don't know anyone else. I don't know anyone else that's done that.
That's for 2 weeks straight. We've done that 7 times now. It's evolved into Let's Grow Live, which has included video and audio and a whole bunch of channel partners all to grow this movement. And also, of course, the tree planting Guinness World Record, that's for 24 hours of physical activity. And I did that 3 times before it became an official Guinness World Record. The first 2 didn't become official Guinness World Records. And so, but I would have done it 10 times if I had to, because that's what's necessary to make that happen. I knew that would be a stepping stone towards breaking the next record, which is most trees planted by any number of people in a day. So we recently supported making
let's
that
talk
happen.
about that.
That was
Like,
a
that's
movement.
a huge
Yeah,
thing.
it's not
That's
that long ago.
deal.
Thank you. Yeah, so originally when I did this, I thought the record would be 560 million. That was the record at the time. This was set by the Ethiopian government. Then they beat their own record. They do this thing called the One Day Initiative, where the whole country comes together and plants trees. And they ended up planting 616 million trees right after that. I'm like, and then that became the goal. I'm like, right, let's beat 616 million trees in a day. This is the world record for any number of people, most trees planted in a day. And when I got to COP29, we ended up partnering with the Ethiopian government. Plus, we started uniting other governments, and then the big, hairy, audacious goal became 1 billion trees in a single day. Now, a couple weeks ago, we did what's called the Growlympics. So this is the.
I love all the pun. By the way, I just gotta say, I love all the puns in the tree.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a lot.
There you grow. Yeah, so the Growlympics was the first ever substantial competitive tree planting event. And our goal here is to make tree planting a sport, to eventually get it in the official Olympics. And by the way, I had a conversation already with the head of sustainability at Olympics when I was at World Economic Forum, and he loved the idea. He's not the final decision maker. We're going to pitch it to a bunch of people, but we piloted it, and we also introduced some decentralized rewards in our early beta of the Proof of Tree DApp during this day. And more trees were planted in 24 hours than any other day in history. It was incredible. 714 million trees in a single day.
Wow.
So it wasn't quite 1 billion, but they say if you shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you might land upon the stars. And so
100%.
that was an incredible accomplishment. And we're also leveraging what we achieved that day to bring even more countries involved. The goal is to get other countries doing like what Ethiopia is doing, like a full-on tree day, and by doing that, then we can get into even multiple billion a day, right?
That would be really so incredible. I'm curious, being in the US, I know a lot of these efforts happen. Me and you started talking years ago, and you were like, Rachel, come out till it was Vietnam or Thailand or something. And I noticed a lot of these efforts happen overseas, internationally. In the US, what kind of opportunities do you think we have here? Because I feel like there's more strict red tape to go through. For instance, I was a part of, helping this nonprofit Stand Up to Trash. And we had to fill out permits to go pick up trash on a beach. It's you have to work with the government and go through red tape to even go organize and pick up garbage. It's it's kind of wild. It feels like you have to go through a lot just to pick up the garbage, but it doesn't take a lot to throw a piece of garbage on the ground. So
exactly.
It's kind of a weird system. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it is pretty different in terms of bureaucracy. And look, sometimes these things can serve a significant purpose. You don't want to be planting the wrong trees in the wrong area.
That's true. You could plant an invasive species. Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
This can be a thing. But like you said, you don't need permits to chuck trash out. I mean, it can be a hindrance as well. Sometimes it's very easy to add to bureaucracy, and it just grows and grows and grows. It's not as easy to remove it, and so this can also be a hindrance in many different things. So, I was in a Twitter Spaces recently, and this is by the Geezers. These guys have done
Will T.
Yeah, Will T was there.
Man, I'm gonna drop this link for Will, man. Let's see who pops in here.
Let's see.
Will. Shout out to our man. Well, I love talking to him, man. I'm always learning from him, and his energy is just so pure, genuinely wanting to help people, wanting to learn and educate. So let me tell him live with Jimi.
He was the first guy to ever put TGN in his username. So you know how there's .eth? We've actually, so we're launching this tomorrow as the goal, before TGE of TGN. We're having .tgn as wallet address names. That's a thing. And we're also going to be able to have AI agents sending funds just by making a post and saying send to rachel.tgn, for example. And then we can send
I want one of these.
Let's get I'll give you one. I'll hook you up. And
yeah, I've been talking about Treegens for years, and I've shown you this, Jimmy. Let me grab one of my magazines really quick, because I talked about Treegens when we were talking years ago. Let me see if I can grab one real quick. One second.
That's awesome. You're an OG, man. I do something cool. So we have a segment on the show where we're like reflecting on like words of wisdom and what people's whys are. That was always a segment of Max Impact. And in the first ever episode that I did Max Impact, you were on it. I didn't remember this, but actually like going back into the archives, like you were actually in that first ever episode. I know, it's wild.
I feel honored that I was able to kick that off, because I've seen you do so many Max Impacts over the years. And it always just seemed to be like something that's really needed in this space, like a kinds of conversation that I feel like we really need more of, right? Like talking about our why, honing in on why are we actually here? What's the ultimate maximum impact that we're making as individuals? And that's kind of like what I like to focus on with my, the work that I'm doing as well.
Love that.
Well, let's see. So here in this magazine, this is from Wim L. I talked about Treegens somewhere in here. I'll send you a picture. But yeah, there was a whole portion where I talked about like sustainability and like getting into DAOs. So Treegens is somewhere in here, because I was really impacted by this work, by the project. I remember years ago I was talking about like helping out Treegens and seeing what's possible.
Yay. Did I just edit the video or sorry, my bad. I was trying to like look.
If you move the window, it could like make it bigger, smaller.
Okay, it's just on my side.
Yeah,
okay,
it's just on your side.
Okay, sweet.
Yep.
So, speaking of this thing coming full 360, so I don't know if you recall, but you gave out these necklaces that said like "goated" or "goat."
Yes, I had the goat. So, we got a goated. Do you have your goated award?
I don't. You know why?
You lost it.
When we did the Growlympic Games, I gave it to the winner of the first ever Growlympic Games, the tree planting champion.
Okay, I'll accept that
cash prizes and the goated thing. And
that's
it was
pretty
like
cool.
It was they loved it. It was like, you're the greatest of all time, greatest of all Treegens. Goat.
Oh wow, that's so cool. So I have a box of those. So fun story here, you guys. I was getting ready for a new day one in LA. I just got like different gifts for the base team, and I thought it'd be funny, like if I had a box of just goated medals, and I could just go around like giving people goated medals. I don't know. It was a fun thing to do at an event. It was fun. Yeah. So yes, I do have a box of goated medals. I got more. I got more next time I see you.
I had no trophy. Like we had cash prizes, but once we announced it, he's like, "Well, where's my trophy?" And I'm like, "I got it.
There you go. Awesome. I'm happy.
You got the medallion.
I'm happy it was put to a good use. That's
it was
awesome.
put to a really good use. Yeah, the best
Very
of uses.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right, real quick, I do want to just kind of remind our viewers today, we are doing a giveaway, you guys. I am giving away, I'll do one pass to the Film 3 Festival, okay? So if you retweet the room, retweet, I keep saying the room like we're on a Twitter space, retweet the stream, and actually follow Jimi Cohen, at Jimi Cohen and at the Treegens. We'll be going through, and I will pick a winner after the stream. We'll pick a winner and announce it.
Let's go.
So, yeah,
I could give away something too,
all right, let's go. I don't have a soundboard, but I'll do a little
let
drum
me break
roll.
this down. Okay, first of all, we have a $100 bounty out that this is the most innovative NFT ever made. If anyone can find a more innovative NFT, I will give you $100. Okay? All right?
Okay.
Warm up. So, first of all, it's the most dynamic NFT ever made. So it visually levels up in 3 different ways. Trees funded, trees planted, and TGN staked all visually level up this NFT. The light on the mind gets brighter as you fund. The light on the heart gets brighter as you plant. We know you're funding and planting by either retiring or receiving these mGrow tokens in the Proof of Tree protocol. And it's what's called a dynamic semi-soulbound token, so you can trade the artwork, but the lights are non-transferable because we're gamifying, right? We're making it a game. The coolest part, though, is every single NFT is coming alive as an AI agent.
Let's go. Let's grow. Okay,
grow.
where can I show the NFTs? Can we like show it visually while we're talking here?
On the website would be one. Yeah, you can see the characters there. It's my PFP as well, so you'll see the lights on my PFP. But
dude, that's been your PFP for forever. I feel like that
for
that
a while,
little tree, that little tree guy.
Yeah. I've been rocking the tree, and they're starting to pop up, and they're finally gonna come alive. I feel like these are my little Treegens. Like children, because each one of these are going to have a personality. If you scroll down, you'll see it.
Okay.
TGN. Little bit. There we go. There, DSST. Here we go.
All right.
So
can I click on these and show the different styles, or it's not? Like
no,
you can't show it yet.
That.
Okay.
No, there's an image. But you can see like a couple more examples here, like the little dancing guys, right? Like getting down.
This is cute. Hold on, I'm gonna open it up on. I'll open it up on YouTube so we can watch.
Okay.
To the YMCA.
Yeah. All right. I was playing the music. Okay, so there we go. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So full disclosure, they're not dancing animated NFTs. They're just dynamic in terms of the things leveling up. But of course, as characters, we're animating them. We have a whole comic book that's coming out, I think by tomorrow, definitely by Friday. So that's the goal. Okay, now again, they're coming alive as AI agents. Why? To grow the movement and reward the holders every single second. So within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have our own SocialFi platform, which is rewarding people and your AI agent based on real engagement. Okay, so if you're posting, we have like all those different data points to see if you're a real person, like not just blue check mark, but how old's your account, how many times you've been posting, are you followed by big accounts, all this different data to see, is this a real person, to reward based on real engagement. So even if you're an AI agent, it's okay to be posting not as a human, but is it real humans engaging? And we've plugged this into Superfluid such that every single second we can stream these tokens directly to your wallet. And so literally while you're sleeping, you're going to be earning TGN if you have one of these NFTs. There's only 1,000 of them going to be created. The only way right now to get one, if you're not winning one, is either A, by buying at least $200 worth of the pre-sale of TGN. You get one for free. Plus you also get that .tgn wallet address. So that's 2 NFTs you're getting for free, which kind of makes this a no-brainer. We think this is going to be worth even more than what you're putting into the TGN purchase. But the second way is if you're referring people. So we have developed a referral. That's why we have actually 3 different pre-sale methods right now. There's the established one. We're on Juicebox, and that's multi-chain as well. So if you type in TGN on Juicebox, you can find us there. Boom. There's different chains: Optimism, Base, Arbitrum. But on our own launchpad, you could put any amount in, like $1 or whatever, to just test it out. You can see confetti pop up on screen, and then you get your own referral link. If you refer a friend, they get a 10% token bonus. You also get 10% of the purchase. Happy days. And if you're one of the first 200 people to refer at least $200, then you get these NFTs as well. So you can earn all of this. We didn't want to price out people if you're in a developing country and things like this.
Right.
Anyone can earn TGN by, posting, growing the movement, referring people, earning the NFTs as well. All of this, you could either buy in or you could, put in the work. I always say there are like 3 kind of main categories if you want to make a positive impact in the world, right?
Right.
There's time, there's value, and then there's money, right? And you might have more of some of these, right? You might have insane, value, whether if that's connection or reach to support the movement, etc. You might have more time, and you can message people, you can grow the movement. I mean, there's so many different ways you can put in time, volunteering, etc. Right? Yeah. And then there's the quick way, which is through funds, right? And that's basically just energy, which we can then put towards regenerating the world and having, the mission here at Treegens is to build the most rewarding and transparent tree planting technologies. And so yeah, if all you got is time, you can still earn all of these different things. And let's grow.
Let's grow. Wow, this is it's like it almost seems like you just thought of every way to activate using technology to, enhance what you're doing. I feel like this is exactly what folks in the on-chain space can do. Whatever your mission is, whatever your purpose is, whatever impact you want to make, it's like using these technologies to amplify that as a vehicle to help you. Can you kind of explain, Jimi, like how you've used your DAO, for instance, AI and blockchain to enhance this movement?
Yeah, well, I think the traditional way of a company, right, where it's like a boardroom and people trying to make decisions where they're like, but they're so detached from reality. If you're in one central location, right, it's global warming, climate change for the whole planet. And we have to be thinking also globally, especially as we want to have decentralized rewards and things like this. So having like one room where you're making decisions, I think is completely antiquated and definitely doesn't work for our particular mission. So as a DAO, right, as a decentralized autonomous organization, where one token is a vote in the organization and you can earn those tokens, not just buy them, we are providing the decision making and the ownership and ultimately the ability to steer our organization and the kind of like impact investments we're going to make in carbon projects and biodiversity projects and the kind of whether if it's microfinancing regenerative projects and things like this, or making all kinds of strategic decisions. You can weigh in and sit at that table virtually literally wherever you are in the world. And that was when I heard about DAOs and doing these 500 episodes of Max Impact so far and like learning about this stuff, I was super inspired to really go headfirst into it, because I knew that this is a model that can get global participation and ultimately have this like grassroots, bottom up level of action that can be taken to make sure that this is the most positively impactful organization in the world that we can possibly make it, right? I'm not saying we're going to be the most positively impactful in the world. We're going to do our best, but we have to be the best versions of ourselves, and this is how DAOs
I love that.
make that possible. And yeah, really getting like the right kinds of incentives all aligned to make the impact that we want to make in the world ultimately. So that's kind of how
that. Yeah. That's awesome.
Thank
And
you,
I love what you said about becoming the best versions of ourselves, to show up for each other, to show up to help the planet. I'm curious what that journey has looked like for you, right? Because you mentioned back in Australia, you saw these videos, you saw the devastation, from this climate catastrophe, and it made you take action. What was that journey like for you? Like just creating the discipline and like showing up every day and doing that. Was that just like an instant thing and you were just all in overnight, or was it like, did it take you time?
Some people find this hard to believe because of what I'm doing now of constantly putting myself out there. But there was a moment in time where Jimi was super introverted. Like if I saw people
I
that
can't
knew,
picture that person just say hi. Like,
I know, right?
So wild.
Like I will literally speak to anyone now, and I have zero hesitation to do so. But there was literally a time where I would see people even that I would know and like sometimes look the other way just to have like fewer interactions. I was a totally different person. But once I was able to tap into what sets my soul on fire, what gets me really excited, what gets the juices flowing, and leaned into that, I knew that to make this succeed, I had to put myself out of my comfort zone. I had to speak with as many people as I possibly could in order to make this, ultimately succeed, whether if that's recruiting the best team around me or finding the best advisors or learning and speaking with people and promoting it and then ultimately trying to grow a movement. You have to put yourself out there. And so it's literally about putting in 10,000 reps that allows me to, burst through that. And now looking back on it, it's like, well, what's the worst case scenario? Someone says no, or they don't have time to talk to you. Who cares? Like that's compared to like all of the suffering and catastrophe and horrible things that could go awry that you can directly influence in whatever way that looks like for you. Like these things pale in comparison and are completely they're trivial, and so just but people don't really think it. Sometimes people overthink these things,
Right,
right?
and
And
you create the perception of fear. It's like in your mind almost. We kind of paint
100%.
this reality in our heads. And if you look at the
Yeah.
other side of fear, like what's possible if you overcome that and you reach out and extend the olive branch to connect with other folks, there's so much more that's possible. We need other people to grow, to collaborate, to help one another. And once you transcend your isolation and like build authentic connections, relationships, you can create like these alliances that help you go further together. I've always been a believer that we go further together as a collective, right? So I think that you really understand that and you broke through that fear, right? Of, the introversion and, just became someone that connects, collaborates, and builds relationships. And I think we need that, right? As humanity in general, right? To collaborate towards a better future.
Yeah. Growlaboration. It's so
Exactly.
key, right? Like within my organization, I'm huge on growlaborating with as many groups and individuals as I possibly can, because everyone has their own gifts, their own strengths, their own ways of making such a big difference. Like Treegens alone obviously can't solve climate change and biodiversity collapse in the world, but we can play a role. And by bringing all these different groups together, like the sum is so much greater than the individual parts added together, right? It's the collective. You can multiply impact in these ways, and even beyond Treegens, I'm also a big believer in trying to empower people in our community to make a difference in their own way, whether that's like starting their own social enterprise or nonprofit or whatever it looks like for them, right? Because this is what's going to ultimately lead us towards a regenerative future. I think it's just a matter of time until we're living in the next renaissance is inevitable. Some people say it's already starting with AI, right? Because we're so capable of creating. And you were kind of asking before about how AI can also help like amplify things. I mean, every single week, new AI tools are coming out.
I know. It's like it's hard to
game.
keep up with all of it. It's just moving so fast.
And so already it's like you can prompt, apps and designs and all these different things and create them. Pretty soon, like it's the not so distant future, you're going to be able to speak technologies into existence, maybe even innovations into existence in the near future. And so once we reach that point, where you can create an innovation and market it and launch something by, very quickly and simply, we're going to become like these creation machines, because like creativity is a muscle. You work it out, you lean more into that. But also, like, if you look around, everything around you has a negative impact, right? Like the plastic in here, you had to drill the oil. The metal in here, you had to mine. Like all this stuff has a negative impact in the world. And that said, though, there's a new type of business that's coming out, and that is a social enterprise. It's a business that is net good for the world, right? And so when we become these creation machines in the near future, and we already are to some extent, but when this really becomes the next renaissance, it's really important that the social entrepreneurs are put up on the pedestal and they become like celebrated as such. And that's why I really focus on empowering others. And we did this Regenaissance event is Let's Grow DAO. We pioneered that at ECC, and we did something called Funding the Regenaissance with impact investors and people pitching like Shark Tank, but all around social enterprise. And at COP30 in Brazil, we're going to do like a really high quality production one of those. And so, yeah, it's really about amplifying the collective impact, not just what Treegens is doing directly.
Yeah.
And
it's empowering anyone to get involved. Anyone can step up, no matter if you have, I think you said money, value, or time that you can contribute. Right. It's like whatever you have to give. I think it's always important, no matter what you're doing throughout your career, your entrepreneurial journey, whatever you're doing, giving back is essential, right? Because that creates a net positive outcome, right? When you help your planet, when you give back, it creates a better life for all of us. So I think it's just a no-brainer. Treegens has always been a project that's just made sense. Oh, it's always made sense. It's always seemed like something that needs to exist. in a space where a lot of things get funded and supported that don't need to exist. Like, let's support freaking Treegens and Jimi, you guys. By the way, I want to shout you out because you were also talking about, what seems like in the territory of regenerative crypto economics. So I just want to, I'm going to shout out Greenpilled real quick.
Do it up. Yes. We love
Greenpilled,
Greenpilled.
you guys. We love this book. I keep it right here always. Yeah, this has just really inspired me. It's written by a lot of the greats in the regenerative space. Kevin Owocki, Griff Green, even Vitalik has a portion in here in the beginning. Definitely check out this book if you're someone who's even remotely curious about how crypto can regenerate the world. I think this is a really good space to dive into. You know what's funny too, Jimmy? It's not really funny, but in the base community, I'm finding more and more people don't know what regen means. I'm finding people don't really know about this part of the space, and I'm like, damn, we gotta do some work in the base community, man. Azos is coming over, Treegens is coming over. Let's support the projects that are giving back to our planet. Carbon credit projects, tree planting projects. Even now, I mean, this is not exactly Web3 related, but I'm joining Team Water, if you know Mr. Beast's effort. So I ordered my merch, making my donation, and I'm actually working with Mr. Beast's first manager now. So very excited about that. We'll share more at a later time. I haven't shared publicly, but a lot of exciting stuff brewing in the background, and giving back should always be a focal point for us in whatever work we're doing. Jimmy, I do have another call I got to jump on with Creator DAO. Shout out to Creator DAO. Got to jump off here in a sec, but just want to give you the floor for any final calls to action, anywhere that people can go to get started. And of course, a reminder, if you guys follow the Treegens, follow Jimi Cohen, and retweet this stream, I will be giving away a free Film 3 pass. Just another reminder there. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. And I'm going to be giving away that dynamic, semi-soulbound AI agent NFT. Again, we got a $100 bounty. I'm pretty confident this is the most innovative NFT ever. But you can win one, and it's going to pay you every single second in TGN. Now, how to win that? Yeah, so follow both pages. Jimi Cohen, it's spelled like this down here in the corner. I think you can see that. Like Hendrix, JIMICOHEN. And then it's the Treegens, THETREEGENS. Literally everyone who does that will see 2 trees dedicated to you through a post and a direct message on the X platform. So there's that. But if you're following those 2 and you repost this, then you'll be entered to win as well, and we'll give you one. So thank you so much for supporting and growing the movement. If you do want to join Treegens DAO, there are 3 ways you can do that. It's presale.treegens.org. There's a link in our bio about this. You can refer people, join the Growalition. There's a link as well in our bio on X. You could go to and this is just on USDC on base, so you need ETH on base and USDC on base. Then there's the Juicebox platform, which is multi-chain, or we also have tgn.eth. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Yep. So we just launched this new version of the site, which we built this out right here. So yeah, you can get your own referral code. And
so what does this mean? I'm sorry. What does it mean to place your bid?
Yeah. So basically, it's buying in at the pre-sale level. It's 0.1 USDC per TGN token. And if you put in 200, then you're going to get 2 NFTs there. And you also are joining the DAO, getting the referral, blah, blah, blah. So this is how we kind of built this out here. So this is number 1. Number 2 is Juicebox. The third method, and this is like the easiest way, right? Oh, by the way, on Juicebox, there's like another super limited edition NFT that's animated, and that's like only on Juicebox.
What's the Juicebox website? It's like juicebox.xyz?
I think it's like juice. Oh, we literally just set this up. So
okay, so yeah, maybe
.money. It's juicebox.money. So juicebox.money. You can type TGN in there. You can buy in. You can get that limited edition NFT. And the third and easiest way, okay? We also have tgn.eth. So literally, there you go. We're featured. Woo. Treegens. There you go. So
cool.
Yeah, so you can navigate the networks there. Boom. You can see the NFT
look
you
at
get.
That.
Yeah, you can go about and see a bunch of roadmap stuff and a whole ton of information we put here is a lot more than Yeah, about section's up there. But anyway, so if you literally just open up your MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using, right? Make sure you're using a self-custodial wallet, not like Binance or something like that, right? Self-custodial wallet. If you send to tgn.eth, and literally any token that is on either like a main EVM chain, so Base, Arbitrum, Celo, Optimism, ETH mainnet. Like you could send Ethereum, you could send stables, you could send literally anything you want, and we will bridge it for you, and we will send that same wallet address TGN tokens. So that's the easiest way to do it. Benefits either way. We have many different ways. The third and final phase, the token goes live on Friday, and you're getting it at the ground level. So anyway, Rachel, I know you got to jump to your call.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you.
I love it. Let's grow. And you guys, if you're coming to Onchain Summit, you will hear more about Jimi's work and his story in the Onchain Humans and Impact documentary. So Jimi, thank you for being a part of my journey, for inspiring me over the years, and for all the work you do for all of us in the space. Just thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you more on shows. We'll definitely be doing more spaces and shows together. As you guys do your launch, I definitely would love to do another one of these. So, Jimi, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to jump. And for those of you that tuned in, thank you so much. If you retweeted and followed Jimi and the Treegens, I will be giving away a Film 3 Festival pass. And Jimi will also be doing a giveaway as well. So we will announce that after this.
That will give away. Retweet like your life depends on it. Much love, Rachel. You're the best. Ciao for now.
Bye, everyone. Bye.